yesterday here. I don't think the audio is a problem, but if we go like somewhere, yeah, this is the holder that I was talking about. And the quality is kind of okay here, you know? But when I'm like walking and you can see all the JPEGiness here.
Kitty says.
You watching your twin? She's nice took us out to woods.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me yesterday, Nori. So,
Then Rob does
this
took
is
all
the
our
quality I'm
snacks.
talking about. I mean, this is not the quality I want to have. I want to have better quality. I think it's kind of saying, oh, this is just background, let's not care about it. But that's what I wanted to care about. So I think it's kind of the algorithm is not made for this kind of thing. Yeah? When I stand still, it was a bit better there for a second. What did you think, Nori, when you watched the stream? Was it like annoyingly bad? And also I need to learn how to make a gimbal that's lightweight and tiny. I can just take a bit of the bounce when I walk or run. Yeah, we'll have to... Maybe this is a research how to make a gimbal stream. Oh, this is interesting to see how... Oh my god, it's jumping all over the place, right? No, this is yesterday's. So... Watching my own stream, that's...
Fix it parkour.
I'd like to, but apparently it just jumps. And I'm holding the phone too. Yeah, so if we hop a bit there, just to see how the quality is. This is kinda okay, I guess. So if I would not have these bounces, would it be much better then? Yeah, and blue trees. That's definitely in the middle of the forest, right?
Sodium 90 mg says.
Mount phone on chicken's head. Free gimbal.
Chicken's head. So, well, you saw the thing here at the start somewhere. Yeah, right here. It's downstairs
Their head is
now.
stable. It's a real thing.
Evie says. Lol.
You know, that's... I was kind of thinking that I could mount it like on my head, but then I'm thinking, do I really want to have it on my head? Something heavy like this? No, I don't want to have that. So then, look at the quality here. It's so bad. This is
Plus chicken smile
the
smile.
horrible bits. So maybe gimbal will help quality of the video, since it's hard for it to handle all the shaking. And I don't run anything in this one. So let's now go to the... we can pause that one. If we go to that YouTube channel, I think I'm logged into this channel, so it'll be... here you can see what I watched. Though I have not watched that. But I don't have any to watch. Let's see. So view your channel. They changed this around. So anyway, let's look at the... the running one. Which one is the running one? I think it might be even before this. I clicked around in all of these. That's that one. This one's not running. Nah. I just want to see how it moves when I'm running. I think it was like the one before that. Yeah, this is it, I think. Yeah, so this is the one where I run a bit.
I want to have lower quality. It's that I think maybe it will be better when
So, and I got the people asking me for use a gimbal, you know. So, yeah, here. And this is, I have changed just a few settings since this. I don't know, I don't think they really affect stuff. So this is what it looks like if I if I just move around a bit more. And when I stand still like that, it's kind of okay. But you can still see the JPEGiness
Sodium 90mg
of the
says.
green parts.
Bigfoot POV.
Yeah, yeah. And this is kind of funny because there are houses all over the place, you know? So this is just a tiny spot of trees between the houses, and I'm running back and forth. And the kids playing areas, you know? Yeah. So do you have any tips what to do about the quality of this? Because I would like to go on longer walks and How can this have 5 views? I just, put these up more like a backup for myself, and then someone commented on one of them. I was like, what? A comment? Here, someone said hello. Anyway.
FBI is always watching.
Oh, then, thank you. Now I know. Because this is what I expect. No views. Because my normal YouTube channel, I have more views. And who subscribed? Anyway, thank you for whoever did, but my normal, I need to add stuff to real stuff to my normal channel. This one. This one is my, no, didn't it switch? No, because I didn't click to switch to my channel. So this is mine. Oh my god, I haven't made a video for a year, and people keep subscribing. Well, I need to make more interesting videos, you know? The only one that's kind of interesting so far is this one. This is for my kids. One of my kids likes this game, so I had to do some research and then I just put it online. But I'm going to put my Python tutorial here. Maybe we should work on the Python tutorial today. Anyway, I need to go and fix my kids' food. Let's go back to the... I'm going to have to upload more videos to this one. Oh. So, and like build a gimbal, right? This is one thing we could build a gimbal. And how they
Some
work.
surströmming to eat.
Oh, I don't think they want surströmming. So, are you Swedish? Since you know the so how to make a gimbal. Though I clicked this, as you can see, and this is like a controller and motors and stuff, and that's not what I'm after. I'm just want a bit of less bounce.
No, I just buy it every time I go to IKEA.
Oh my god, I've never eaten it. Though IKEA actually sells surströmming. I was at IKEA today, so we just bought lots of, we bought towels and other fabric thingies, like for beds. I don't know the names of them, sheets and stuff, with rubber bands, so you can just, oh, we made the bed, that thing. Anyway,
I am
this
joking. I
this
don't
was
think
not
IKEA
good.
sells it.
I'm not sure. I could imagine that they would sell it in other countries than Sweden, because here no one would buy it, I think. But the meatballs, I think I've heard them selling meatballs in other countries, and they don't though you can eat it at the restaurant, right? So we used to do that when my kids were younger. Now they don't wanna.
Yes, meatballs they
Oh, they
sell.
sell meatballs. Yeah, because I don't think we
chocolate.
do that here. Yeah, and chocolates and candy cars they have here, and different other candies. We just bought the ice creams. They are seven Swedish crowns. You just put the cone and it goes. You press a button, it goes. That's 2 each we got. There's a tiny. Anyway, so I'm thinking, if I want, I could just imagine having something with rubber bands. Something like, holding down like this and going like this when you walk. Something simple. But it shouldn't be like it.
Gimbal.
Do I dare to? I'm sure you're trolling me. And I have to go to check that food, though it's kind of good that it's a bedtime. The stabilization power of a chicken egg. Chicken, the answer to camera shake. Oh, let's look at the chicken here. Okay.
Only my one
Had the
chicken.
most incredibly stable heads. But this physiologically fascinating and visually hilarious feature is only recently being mined by advertisers. First, Mercedes-Benz.
Okay. So oh, okay, that was funny. So be amazed. That doesn't sound like a technical thing. No, it's the same thing. Oh, we have the solution. Oh, look. Oh, that's the solution. Okay, sure. I'll just bring a chicken along, right? Some company. I don't even have to carry the camera. I'll just always bring a chicken along. The cameraman.
Fixerbot says. New follower sodium 90 mg.
Welcome
Less
in,
than 3.
So I think that, oh, maybe this is something. And I don't want any logic, any motors, anything heavy. I just want the phone getting a bit of, instead of going this when I run, I want it to go a little bit
Sodium
less.
90 mg says.
Following for the chicken gimbal.
Okay. Yeah, this is another motorbike one, so this is not interesting. I just wanted like some rubber bands or something, but I guess it was just cables. Yeah, it's just cables. When I saw this kind of image, I thought it was, what about typing like rubber band? Basic, people, basic. With stabilizer with a rubber band. What do you think? Nice we don't have audio. I hate those interaction thingies. I used to have it. I don't. I will never again.
Let's go. You gotta tie it to part of your belt or your pants. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. You want it to be pretty tense, not too loose.
Seriously.
You're gonna attach it to the bottom of your camera with a camera plate. Now it's attached. Let's do this.
Okay, this is not what I was going for though. I think she can be stable enough without that. Smartphone stabilizer. Yeah, maybe that's what I should search for. 3 household items. I don't think they're... let's see. Oh no, we don't want to have no ads thingies. Oh look, they are having a hammer in here or something. Okay, I guess that's something heavy. Yeah. Something heavy. So, this is at least more useful, because they're just trying to hold something steady. They're not jumping around, so it's not, useful, but that's why.
Ask since you're in Viking land.
Yeah, obviously. I don't think they were, though. So let's see what this is. It looks fun.
Hi everyone, welcome to TSDIY. In today's video we're going to be creating a camera stabilizer. Let's get started.
Another introduction thingy. Let me not see this.
So the materials used in this video is actually household products that you can typically find. So we're going to be using popsicle sticks, we're going to be using rubber bands, we're going to be using a Sharpie. In addition to that, we're going to be using wire, specifically floral wire, and we're going to be using this cool device called a bifold door wheels. It's used to guide rolling doors, I guess, as well as tape. So the first step of this project is actually to create a plan. So what I'm going to be doing here is actually creating a device that'll stabilize motion going in multiple directions, that being up and down, side to side, and forward and backward. So the way I'm going to do this is actually by incorporating a device that will kind of absorb ideally excess motion. And this is going to be a rough idea in terms of how it's going to be looking of our springy device. So with that, I'm using floor wire. You can use other devices. You can actually use tape as well, depending on your preference. Later, one of the things that you may need to do is actually make some adjustments based upon how the device works there. So where that we're going to do this is actually take 2 jumble sticks and we're going to place them close together like so. We're going to use rubber bands to kind of put the jumble sticks together, and that 2 locations there. We're going to go ahead and switch it off to the side like so, and we're going to place the bifold door wheel guides into the center sections like so. You can use tape as well in order to secure it to this section. As I mentioned before, you may need to make adjustments later on after you actually. So next we're going to go ahead and turn the bifold door wheels to the sides, and the goal being here is to kind of stabilize lateral motion. And then we want to also kind of secure why is that one of the things that's not illustrated here, what you can do is actually connect.
Make sure to bring this bottle device on your next flight.
So
yeah, right. I wonder what they would say.
It's like that.
It has to be covered with black tape. Yeah, and you have to cover it with black tape and put something rattling inside too. Don't forget that.
That like the springs are not compressing, or if it's not moving as it should, make some adjustments here. So I notice here like the back portion is not kind of sticking too far.
Well,
from the actual bottle, so
they could probably have done this much easier.
Just so that it's more
but the thing that they're using, that's kind of what I'm after.
That it can actually absorb some more of that motion.
You see
that
that
bottom portion
bounce?
of the platform
How
is
about
connecting.
walk around with some helium balloons and attach phone to it?
So I'm gonna do the same with the
maybe
front,
I should just have
just
like
to kind
this
of,
high
for the same purpose,
shoes
really.
that bounce everything very
There you have it. So that kind of
yoing,
concludes
yoing.
the DIY.
Helium
As I mentioned
balloons
before, you're
beneath
gonna
my
Kitty
probably
says.
some
feet.
fine tuning
All that
later
effort, I
on. So
would
this is
rather
A
buy
actually the
one.
chicken,
result. So
a
the stabilizer, you can
chicken
kind of compare both the top pictures and
under
the bottom
every
pictures and
foot,
let me know what you think.
holding me
I think it
steady
does a
there.
decent job at stabilizing. It's not completely stable, but it's
Yeah,
definitely an
but it's
improvement
also an
from
economy
holding it in your
thing, you
hand or holding
know?
the camera in your hand. And
I
so I'm
didn't
gonna
even
go ahead
see
and show
what
you
he
two
was
additional
doing
images,
there.
a little same with the front, just to kind of for the same purpose really.
Let's see what he does when he
There
uses
you have it. So that kind of concludes the DIY. As I mentioned before, you're going to probably need some fine tuning later on. So this is the results of the stabilizer. You can kind of compare both the top pictures and the bottom pictures and let me know what you think. I think it does a decent job at stabilizing. It's not completely stable, but it's definitely an improvement from holding it in your hand or holding the camera in your
Yeah, and
hand.
the thing is that
And so I'm going to go
I
ahead and show you two additional
really
images, a little bit
need.
different activities, one running and then one
But
kind of
but
doing
the
side
the
with side.
only interesting
So
thing
you
was
take
this
so
was
this is actually the spring that
these.
we're going to be using. This is the bifold springs. We're going to be using 4 of these devices. So with the
And
bottle here,
what
what we're going
did
to
he
do is the
call them?
bifold kind of absorb that motion. So this is actually the spring that we're going to be using. This is the bifold springs. We're going to be using 4 of these devices. So with the bottle here, what we're going to be doing is
So what is that?
springs. We're going to be using 4 of these devices. So with the bottle here, what we're going to be doing is actually
I'm
creating
trying
some
to pause with space. So what is that? What is this? Let's see if there's some kind of list. Bifold door wheel guides. Cause maybe this is it, you know.
Sodium 90 mg says.
Wheels for folding doors.
Yeah, but it's a bouncing thingy. You can see there's a spring in here, right? Access denied. I can't go to HomeDepot.com. Whatever. So let's look at the images.
There's a spring.
Yeah, so there's that spring here. And this is kind of an idea on how to do this. We need some kind of spring, something that holds the spring, and something that's still attached but springy. So this is a drawing
RC
of
car
our
spring.
project. So I'll go finish the kids' food, and I'll go get the thing that we need to fix stuff with. I have lots of springs too.
Easier to starve for 1 week and buy the gimbal. See you next time.
this is the thing. So this one is attached to this. Though we could of course put something straight on this. But it's just clicked down like this. There. And then this, you can see it's mounted with this part. So this one I've turned with a screwdriver actually to tighten it more than I could with my fingers. So we have a normal, if I unscrew this one, so there's a normal screw here, camera size screw. So if we just have something either like this or like this, something, just screw into something and screw this into something. So something that has a bit of movement so it doesn't move all the way with it. So if it moves like this, it might not move all the way up. So if we have this thing to buy, tell me. I have not seen anything like that. I've just seen these tiny gimbals you can just like hold in your hand, but it also folds out like 3 legs, you know? So I haven't seen anything like that. I was also thinking about the rotation. When you walk or run, your body rotates. So, but that's not as annoying, you know, for the image. So, where did I have it? It's like something like this, maybe? Oh, whatever. Yeah. So this is what we want to. I think the sideways movement is not the most. It's not making the. Yeah, look at the comment here. Make a gimbal. And this, I'm switching between 720 and 1080 in this one and testing different things. And this was the first suggestion of a gimbal. Then someone else asked for it too. It's these doon, 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 doon. So something there would be nice. So this is that thing, but it's just like, if we click one of these, we see the spring. But we would need something with a spring. My brain is just building stuff. So, if we have something to draw on. What we have, should I just draw with a pencil? So, what we have, the side, a rectangle here. This is the holder. And then we have the bit attaching it here. So like this, and on this there's like an angle out here. Like this. Very, very beautiful. Just trying to make it something in the right direction here. And we have like Oh, no, no, no. I didn't want to move you. I'm done with you. Like this. This is too zoomed out. This is so not carefully done, you know, it's just... And then we have this big screw thingy. This is not careful, as I said. Whatever. I don't care how many corners. Something like this for the screw, but I don't want it to be filled. There. So, here we have this. We can realize from that, right, that it's... We can screw this thing here. It doesn't matter exactly. Something here. There. And then we have another bit. Another square. Nah, I have to click somewhere first. So I click somewhere. And then another bit. It kind of went kind of funny there. I think it was the same shit. I don't care. Let's see. It's like another plate. Here. And it's kinda to this height, actually. Alright, I undid. So, if we just make this a bit tinier, it's kinda thick. And it's kinda attached to here. Something like this. It's not so important. And there we have the screw. So, just to have a base and a thought about what... Oh well, why not use layers? And did I copy it by mistake? I just should have added plus there. So, we want something through this. Why is it filled in? That's what I've selected. So the screw is like that, something. And I guess we don't need that part of it. But this is a screw. So it has its tiny lines here. We know this is a screw. Very, very like that. There. And then we have like some kind of... On the other end there, there's a screw head thingy-ma-do. There. So this is what we have to hold to. And then we have this bit that we want attached to that. But not hard. With a bounce. So if we just... make a simple version of this one. Let's make it on another layer so we can merge that one down. No, this is move. I wanted this. So, yes, drawing something like a big thingy compared to that, maybe this, right? And this can move on its own and we don't care, cause it will just hold the phone here for us. So, there, and on the other side. Kinda like that, right? So, this also has a screw on the top, but, you know, we don't care. We can only use one of those that don't have that. And we have this part on the back that connects to the screw. So, the thing is, what should we have in between here? this one can be attached to this screw, but if we want it to be like debouncing it, or what do you want to call it? You know, a gimbal thingy here that's tiny but still efficient. What would we use to put between these, you know? Cause if it's here, but it would be here and it would go like so what if we had like phone holder, chest mount there, and then we make a gimbal thingy. And if we just go by what we see on this, you know, this part and this part needs to be connected to the parts that we have. So if we were to think that we had something, this will need to have a screw that goes into it. So we will need to have a screw at the top at the same size as the below one there. This is to something like that, right? Is this the same size? No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see if it's kind of the same size, cause it's supposed to be. Whatever, it's good enough. I could just have stolen this one. Let's steal it. Though it has a white background. There, we'll use this one instead. So let's just make a few lines to tell that this is also a screw. Is also a screw. So that's what we know that we need. This bit here, the gimbal thingy. It's M, right? To move, and this is supposed to be in here, and we need this to be in something. That's what we need here. We need something to be fastened to the screw. Let's just get the thingies we have. So I have some thingies. Like this is a screw, and we have both parts in one here. This was actually what I used to mount that camera as something before. We also have just the same screw that should fit in here. Right, and this also has a hole here, so we could mount it like this. That's a possibility too. Right, and go like this, but it would go too high, I think. It wouldn't be nice to have it this high, you know? I don't think that's a good idea, so skip that. Phone call. some people, when you tell them you can't talk anymore, they just find a new thing to talk about. Anyway, whatever. So we have lots of these things. And this is probably better than this one, because it's thin and nice. These kinds of converters. Yeah, but this one was kind of nice. And then we had this too. And this. So let's look at that one again. I also have these, and I have these, you know, and these kinds of things. So these are actually for light, I guess, but I use them a lot for this camera holder. I'm also using the extension. Let's see if I can move the rubber out of the way. We have these tubes, and these are aluminium and very lightweight. So maybe we can somehow it's not light enough. No, it's not light enough. We have this. I mean, it's this kind of. If it was different. Anyway, let's just compare this bit, because I believe that this is just another holder for this, right? Yeah. So if we didn't have this thing, we could have mounted this bit on this instead, on something. So it's not really useful, at least now. I'm just putting it back in the bag. Yeah, I think I kind of zoomed out this one today. Let's see if I can do any more. I think it's at the max. But this is one of these, if we would want one more. I'm kind of thinking this is both the parts that we have there. We have the screw, and we have something to fasten it to, or we can have something better. But at least these are the size we want to compare to. Then these are kind of useless. Right, they are not always useless, because they are actually, but they have weight. But I have other ones. They are angle, 90-degree angle. I have put these ones in here before because this end fits the screw, but the other one didn't. So I kind of wanted to angle it before I got this thing. Well, I have something else, I think. We also have these. They're also this direction. Oh, we have this. This is like one of these bendy thingies. It's kind of lightweight, and it's a stick with one of these on the end. So if we would just do this, this would be kind of lightweight, and it would be something to like if we could have some kind of spring on this with a thing attached. It could be like a gimbal, right? And this is not heavy. It's not, but it still has some weight. And this is supposed to be the ball to fasten this to, you know. I'm thinking, how is this attached? Yeah, if we do this, and we would just pull this through one of these, it could be... Maybe we can just build something without even having to do anything. The only problem with this one would be that we would have to put a hole on the side of it. We might have the tools for that, though, if we would wanna. And if I compare the weight of these two, they kind of weigh nothing. But if we put all of these things together, you know, like this. If we compare the weight of this to my phone, it's about the same. So that means this is kind of heavy in my mind. But maybe it's not heavy. How much does a gimbal usually weigh? Let's just experiment a bit. I'm going to see what I have. If we think we put the phone on this one, or we just do it, not thinking, but actually doing it. So there. So this is now attached there, and we could put my phone here, like this. And this could be attached to here. And there must be something for the rotation, right? So if we would have it like this, it couldn't rotate. Putting the phone back. I'll just go and see what I have in the way of some kind of spring.
Fixerbot says. New follower gamer meme boy. Less than 3.
Well, why didn't I use this camera on top here, right? Why didn't I? I could have just brought it with me. These are not very good, right? Here's a spring in this box. I'll have to dig into this a bit more. Let's start this. Or rather, let's hope it has some power. It's just 27%. Should have connected the power. We have a bit of time here at least. This went with me yesterday on the IRL test. And I didn't connect it afterwards or turn it off. So let's go in. And we'll see if it wakes up here. Bad quality. I'm going to connect the power and also hopefully better signal. So let's see here. No, it's not that way. I'm kind of sure it is though. It's not this way. It has to be this way. Micro USB. Come on. There. So, it should switch over to USB from Wi-Fi. We don't need a keyboard. Well, this is one spring. It's too big and it's not strong enough. These are wrong direction. You know? Oh, it lost connection. That's interesting. So let's see if it connects again. It did connect the USB. Yeah, now it's on USB, so it's just switched over. There's a spring in here. I should like have things sorted. Let's see. This is heavy. Is it too heavy? And it won't fit here, but that's not the biggest problem, you know. Lots of IKEA stuff here. This was just a random. There's another tiny spring. Oh, this is from the paper, I think. I think I actually have something with just springs in it. But this is random, so it's a few springs in here. This is just metal. I saw this, or I used to. I guess I still do. That's a funny spring. It's not very springy. It's springy. Hard drive magnet. Talk about random box. Oh, this is the door to the IKEA shelf. That was really random. No, I saw a tiny spring in there too. So let's take the opportunity to sort a bit. Can we just stretch these crazy much so they bounce back instead? That's the best alternative so far, I think. And I have a headache. So we have so many that definitely won't fit for this, right? This is too easy. This one might be right, but I don't think so. This is just, though it has the flexibility. It's just from some notepad, you know. And this is from one of these, but from a light. So if we imagine that this, we can just cut this. Do I have something stronger than... I don't want to break this one, right? I have a broken one. This one is rusty. So let's... Yeah, I can make a new one of these if I want to. I have a bigger one. I'm thinking, is it worth it? Yeah, this is kind of sturdy. Let's try with this one first. This is not sturdy, so it's a good test thingy. And not sturdy also means easy to bend. I will never use this for anything, so I don't care. It doesn't have to be good stuff. Just experimenting with ideas. You know, we have already a feather effect from this cheap notepad end. So with a cuttable metal. Most odd stream so far. This is the most random stream so far for me. Everything here is bendable, you know. Taking what I have and what I apparently don't use. And that is not rotatable, but it would be in case we put something like this on top of it. And also it wouldn't fit like that because this is too wide, but it would if we put it down here. But I don't think I want to use this, so let's take this camera, and I'm going to switch mics, meaning we'll hopefully So where is the mouse? There. Let's go to... just know that if I mute the mic, I will have this annoying problem. There, now I'm not muted anymore because I'm using another mic. I'm using the one in my ear. So, I'm sorry, but this room we're going to is kind of messy. It's our wardrobe. So, I'm looking for something that we could put on top of this and also make a hole in. Because we have the viewing effect here now. And there's attached possibility to attach this end to this very easily, just screw it in. So if we just can attach this to, well, to this screw, then we're like able to test it. So the light on. Now we're in the wardrobe. And I just put more stuff on the floor here, but this is not really ordered, but this is like supposed to be an electronics workplace. Let's see if I can just get rid of the messages so I can see. So these are like electronics components and stuff. And yeah, I just emptied stuff from there to there, so it got even worse. This is just trash. Someone told me that I should save the boxes to make a car. I have not made a car from the boxes. There's motors. It's a bit of the sorting we did earlier. Now let's see if we could just... I should actually use the chest over now, right? So let's put this up here at least. Right, the light's not even on. Not on? Oh, they are so weak. Oh, I have another light up here too. Right, what happened now? You can see me, I hope. I don't know. So I'm just going to look and see if I can see anything that can be possible to be used. Pins are too tiny. These are batteries. So that's just random stuff up there. Probably should. I just realized I think I have a plastic tube that I've been using for bits of to pass wire through walls. And it should be like somewhere cleaning sometimes doesn't help when you're in the middle of it. So these are for sorting these things in a bit of an order. Maybe we should do a sorting screen so we get this done. But I can already see bits that are useful. This is part of the... So let's see behind here. Here are also metal. This is kind of lightweight metal too. And this is from a bit with that. So lightweight, that doesn't weigh anything. And it's wider. There should be a shorter plastic one down. These are from when I make what do you call it? no mosquito windows thingies. Yeah, we have some flowers there too. But this bit, this is totally useless for us since this is from the curtain for the downstairs bathroom. And this is actually much. This is just a normal curtain, but this is trash. I don't think it's very sturdy though, and it's kind of wide, so that one is better. I'm just putting the phone down for a second. Let's see if I can find somewhere here to. I threw everything on top of each other, so I will see if I can, with two hands, find the tinier one. Oh, well, I did find some more pins here, and I didn't think about that. But maybe these could be useful. Um, yeah, I'm. I need to do a definitely throw stuff away, you know. And this is very, very, very hot now. This phone. I don't know if you can see a thing. It definitely has problems with light. And it's 10% power. So maybe it should switch to USB. I'm hoping that it will fix the light when it does, and it did. So I need a quick bathroom break. So I'll be back. Right. I'm also going to leave my ear, which is the audio there. I did go into there to get this that I dropped because I was just holding it under my arm, and then I found the plastic one. So, but it's kind of the same size. It's a bit tinier than a pen. This is, anyway, it's easy to cut, you know, instead of metal. And it would be easy to just screw something in here. There are more than one possibility, you know. You're welcome to come with suggestions. I guess I can't be heard very well. Let's turn this one on again. This one off. And what do you think, people? Do you have any clue what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that we could have. Let's draw. So it's obvious. So on this, we could have like attach this to a long stick. There. Which is then click, which is then, let's make another layer, then attach to a tube there, and the tube that can move, you know, freely then, but I would like to have hindered rotation. And if I had a 3D printer, you know, we could make the coolest thing. Maybe that's what I would have to get. So if we imagine that this part, if I am here and just, you know, this one can move independently from this, and it's also attached to the chest mount, right? So gimbal thingy now is this, and then we have another gimbal thingy part. Anyway, so this has weight. Let's draw the weight here. This has weight on it. It's heavy. That was not that I aim to be perfect, but kinda straight could be good, right? So this has a bit of weight. Not very much, it's just a phone in the holder. And this could be less or more weight. It could be this thing. So if we imagine that on this thing, oh right, we need this again, and you can see what I'm doing. Good. So on this one we have something that can be attached to this one. So yeah, I'm drawing on the right layer. I should learn these. So this is O and this is OO. So O, 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 O. So we switch between them with O. Okay. So if you imagine that this goes into here, right? No, that's not what I wanted. I clicked twice on O. Shouldn't it select and switch back again? So if this goes here, and this is here, and if it were no feather, it would just be at the top there. So if we M and move it up, so it would be like this without a feather. So for some reason it would have to be like this instead, and that could be well, a feather. Let's draw a feather on a separate layer. So we have so many now, but I'm thinking, what is the easiest way to just symbolize it like this? This is too big. This is not a screw now, it's a very ugly feather. And I'm not centered to the screen, so... Oh my goodness. So, I guess we'll have to have it longer, right? Very, very beautiful feather. I've never seen the like. If this were like here, helping it to stay up, so it would spring it out. And it could like stand on this bottom here and then be long. And it could be wide enough to stop the rotation of the phone. So let's just push this all the way. And now it's reaching the bottom here, and we have feathering effect. The feather is a feather, though it's not a feather, it's just a notepad spiral. There's not enough resistance. I have to try and hold it to make it go down over this. Well, I didn't even try to straighten or nicify it in any way. It's just the spiral of a notepad. I need something to hold this with. My fingers are not strong enough. So let's... my headache doesn't really like this. I'm thinking at least if we abandon this idea, we can just snip this with the pliers. So we need access to the top screw here. Come on, don't grip that. And let's tighten it a bit here, because we want the end to be kinda tight anyway, but not too tight. So now it's looser than the rest. It's not good, but that's what you live with if you use a notepad spiral. That's the nah, it's not strong enough, you know. We might have to snip it off or just try something else. We'll see. Anyway, let's push it as much as I can. Power. So we have this. It doesn't rotate much. So if the force down there, my hand is like so tired, and this popped up again when I did that, so I'm pushing it down. So, and I'm actually going to snip the last bit off, because it was angled, like, you know, they usually are. So this won't work to put this on now, but well, let's just do it. This is just thoughts how could we make this, you know? So if we imagine I hold this and I run and it's a tiny bounce. Well, what do you think? Will this make the tiny weight of the phone? That's why we can't have a strong spring here. Maybe this is too strong, just a note, but you know, maybe this would have been enough. Alright, I have to put a new bag. Just carried out the trash. So, if this was in something, like a tube, like this, you know, but this is too big, obviously, which is kind of the point too. Or one of these pens, we steal their bodies. Is this the right size? I'm thinking the length. We could easily just saw a bit of this. And I'm so sweaty. Because this would not be a good idea. Yes, Ben. Jag kommer. One of my kids knocking on the door. Right back. "16-year-olds and food." So maybe I should get something to eat. And I was like, "But you just ate." And he said, "I haven't eaten in 10 minutes." I'm like, "I meant like you have eaten in 3 hours. That's just 8, you know." Oh, my headache. I'll see if this helps. Because my nose is all... So, I'm assuming this is boring content to people, because there seem to be 1 year now. We'll see. Anyway, this might be useful. Though it's kind of warm in here, so my headache doesn't like it. Let's unscrew this one again. The phone is still on. We could do the desk. So let's unscrew this. And just test if this one works, you know? And it does work kind of well. The other end is more smooth, maybe. So I'm not sure if this will work, you know. This is just tests of theories and ideas with old stuff lying around. And my headache is not very good. It doesn't want to be friends with me. I'm thinking we need to fasten that other thing to this, you know? Or the stick is not long enough. If it was a shorter one. For this to work, this will have to be fastened to like the end here, which it could of course just bend it over the edge as a first test. So then we would have our first test by just attaching the screw to this. Should we finish our first test by cutting a bit of this tube? For this to work this direction, we would have to be like make a hole in this, you know.
Time to move it. 5 chair sit-ups redeemed.
Hi, Gwaku, thank you. What do you think about this? Is this crazy to try and make a gimbal from a notepad feather?
Goaku is a lol.
Yeah. So if we attach this here and attach this to this and then attach this stick top to this and
sorry I joined late. What are you making?
This is the first test gimbal experiment. So I'm kind of thinking right now on what length this would be. Because the feather would be compressed a bit. Then this would go down in here. So we could actually have it kind of long.
Gimbal for IRL streaming?
Yeah. For this, you know. So this is usually attached like this. And I'm thinking this is a simple way to make it 90-degree angle. That's all. And it's also some extra weight, which I don't want lots of weight. But it could help the bounciness of this if we get it to work. And this is just a spare part, you know, probably from this light that's around this camera. And the light is not on for some reason, but I think that right with this light. So, and I don't use it, I'm not going to use it. So if we cut a bit of this after the sit-ups, it was sit-ups, right? Yeah, sit-ups. Let's do the sit-ups, and then let's get a saw and saw a bit of the plastic there. And I'm going to be more careful when I do sit-ups, so I don't
I do 5 sit-ups for every one of your sit-up.
Oh, okay. 1, 4, 5. But I lost count. I don't know. It was more than 10. So, I think that's enough for my headache. So, let's mark where we are going to cut this. Because I was thinking of using the tube from one of the pens. Then we would have more space to...
How is your lower back?
Yeah, the lower back is good. Yeah, it's good. So, my back is not all good though, but whatever, you know.
Have you considered back brace?
I don't know what that is, but no. I wouldn't want anything, so it sounds no good. So let's see here. It's also it's not my lower back that I have pain in. It's from a car crash. So it's like mostly nerves, but recently then I know that my 7th and 8th or whatever it is in the back, you know, were kind of squished. So I'm just hoping I don't get a lot of pain again, because I had gotten a lot of pain a few times.
Want pause ads? It supports the stream.
Oh, ads. I'll go get... I just went out with my trash, so since I had a bit new trash, I'll put a new bag in. Alright, maybe we could use more of these parts too.
6 ads played here.
Oh! 6 ads. Thank you for not blocking the ads then, I guess I should say. Thank you. So, I'm just going to get, I don't know what saw, we'll see. And probably some sandpaper to even these edges a bit. So.
Christy says.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Christy. Welcome in. Welcome back. So this is the tiniest saw I could find. And I just found these in the drawer, and they should really be here, so putting them there. We'll see. Maybe I have too many though. So let's just even this out a bit.
Tie.
I guess this is not really necessary, and it won't be beautiful this, but it's a test, so I usually use this when if I need to make a hole through a wall and put a cable in, you know, when you want it to go straight through,
says.
you put it there.
I like this sound, very relaxing.
Oh, so I should do more sanding. So, because last time it got stuck there, you know, when I just did this, and now it doesn't. So, and here we have another bit of metal trash there. So, now the question is, how long should we make this? It doesn't have to go all the way up. So let's say that we fasten this bit to this here somewhere, and this is attached here. This is a plan, like our beautiful drawing here. And then let's try this as much as we can without cutting it off. Oh right, sorry. I switched between the right and left instead of, because that's what I usually do, you know. That will hack me or something. So this is kind of springy, and it has some weight, especially with the phone. So if this goes up here, it will hit this, you know, if it's too long. So to have the spring effect that we want, it will need to not be longer than this, you know. So it'll need to be, so how long do we want it? If we just hold it like this, and I'm not sure this is a loose enough feather, you know, to have any bounce effect. So if I hold it, let's put the phone there too, so we have the actual weight. So my kid sent a link. Oh, it went black again. So this is the actual weight. So it is compressed a bit. I don't know if you can see, but if I loosen it, it goes this. So I'm thinking maybe it's not that wrong. And if we keep this, it's and we imagine that it's compressed like this, and we want more bounce, right? So maybe this kind of thing, and then it can be relaxed. And so let's do a dot. Use a pen that I was going to kill there. It would have been right to kill it because it doesn't work. Let's see if we can work on paper. Not really. So we could use this plastic too if we want to. Now I know what to do with the pens next time. Just dismantle them. So if I hold the phone like this again, and I imagine that the weight is on the feather. I'm trying, because it's kind of not straight, you know. So this is not the weight. There should be weight down here if it was an actual good thing. The weight is all up there. We'll see how this works when we try it out. So let's look at my mark now. It would be starting at this position, meaning it would not have very much bounced, you know. So maybe we should make it even, or maybe even a bit shorter. Let's see. It's hard to make it longer, so we can start with this length, and then we can shorten it. So what do you think of this sound, Goku? Does that sound okay? And this is a tiny, tiny saw, making me not trust the direction it's taking. I should maybe just cut with a knife. Also, let's see. If I pull this out a bit. Nah, it's not at the max. We could try and lift it up. Maybe that's the answer. Because I want to be closer to the edge. Has it changed? Was it changed? Yeah, we can see more of the edge of the table now. The edge is here where my thumb is. So it's much easier to saw if I'm not in the middle of the table. I can push down. So let's just sand this out a bit. We really just have one bit that's tricky left, or two. We need to fasten this to the screw without sticking it too far into it, and we need to make like a hole for this to stick into this, because otherwise it will just be here, not attached to the feather. We'll see if I made it too short. We have more at least. And we have pens that we can kill. Well, kind of a lot of plastic all over the place. So I'm just getting the crash a bit there. It goes electric and sticks to the table. Plastic. So I can't imagine what we would have done if we had a 3D printer. That would have been fun. So as you can hear, I am thinking about getting one. So we have a short plastic tube here. And there's plastic all over my pants too. And here on the mouse, it's all plastic, flyers full of plastic. Yeah. Assuming we're done with the plastic, it is everywhere. It is. The sole too, of course. And this is full of plastic. Getting most of it somewhere else. There. Into the trash. So if we think how this will work now, for this to work, this will need to be, you know, steady here. This can't rotate much, but it can rotate, meaning this would just fly anywhere. This is the first prototype, yeah, you know. So when we put this one on here, it will need to be attached, meaning the only way I can see is just to bend this up and pull it through this one. So we need a hole here, and I have this, so we can start just making a tiny mark hole here. We should like have a drill, but I think we don't want to get one. That's too much work. So I marked a spot here. I'm just, do I have a normal knife here? Nah. And the boards, we have one of these. Maybe we should get a better knife. So this is like microscope thing, but I don't have HDMI connected. Should we? We'll see if we kill all the cameras if we connect it. This is a good experiment anyway. Yeah, I froze just when I was looking if I was frozen. So this needs to be debugged. Need to debug it. So we have the microscope here and it's on, the blue light is on, we have the HDMI connected. Let's see if we have the microscope awake. No. So now we have a live microscope. So if we try the same with the camera, see if it wakes up too. Oh, it takes so much time. Come on, camera. So there's a tiny hole I'm starting to make. There. Now this is not a good angle though. Let's see here somewhere. Did you see it just popped into the shaft? All right, we do have what are they called? It's sharp knives too, but I think this is enough, and we already have a hole there. So this is one of the holes. The other one is much more annoying. So how big is that? Not very big. So, I think it's not big enough yet. I'm just cutting off the bent in bit there. So now I think that this should be able to, yeah. So we have a hole. Well, this one still works. Oh, right, it's because I turned the microscope on. It's there. So, what else could I possibly use to make the hole more easy to access from the other side? We can try and like make sure there are not edges here, because this won't be easy, you know. This will be like impossible. But we'll have to bend this bit up a bit. So I want pliers that have these, you know, these, not so even. So now I want this to be annoying enough to find the hole but still be able to pass through the tube. So I bent it just slightly, and I hope I will be able to pull a bit out and remove it, but we'll have to unscrew it. And then also, when this is done, it will be harder to make the other hole. So if we assume the rotation doesn't change much, let's put it back in measure first. So now this also can rotate, right? It's just not want to do it much. So we don't have to care about the direction because it can rotate. Okay. So the hole should be, it could be on the same side, it can be the other side. I'm thinking let's put it on the other side, just for aesthetics, I guess. Just because that's how it felt there. No, we should put it on the same side, why not? So the other hole is, this is the most problematic bit here. Since I don't want to glue anything on this temporary project, I was kind of thinking, you know, we could just put one of these here and glue it there and then we're done. But this will not be stable, that's certain. We could use maybe we should do like melt glue. We could just remove it easily. But I'm thinking maybe this will melt. But this is the kind of hole we need. So it needs to be a bit down, of course, because it's kind of big. Let's just make the hole here. We'll see how it works. If this works at all, we can make like a better version. We can ask someone with a 3D printer to print something designed, you know, for this. We could buy a feather instead of using a nosepad feather. So, I'm thinking I need a bigger microscope image. Though I could full screen it, of course. Pushing so much that it's pushed into holding the blade instead. So the biggest problem now is the thickness here. The screw can't go too far in. If it goes too far in, it will end up on this. And this is the screw. There. So it's kind of long too. If we could pass it through like this before, then it might not reach instead. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. But this was the thinnest one, I think. Could just use any ring there to make a distance. We have a hole as big as the other one now, but we need a much bigger one. And I'm thinking we're going downwards instead of up. There, the hole is getting bigger. We can use this as an example for the size we want. We don't want the outer size there, we want the inner one, but it's still much bigger. I'm thinking screwdrivers. We have a hole, we want it round. Yes? Börjar det någon som knacka? Oh, I should have a tinier star. These are much more circular, you know. So maybe we push the plastic in when we do this, you know. So much plastic on the table, just trying to keep it out of the way a bit. So one tiny hole and one much bigger hole, but still not what we want, but not very far from it now. It can starting to get the right size. So not much. I need to change the angle from top. So this one is not as nice a screw. So let's just remove the microscope from there. So the hole needs to be a bit bigger, but not much. So I do have tools to make, you know, holes. But that's more for metal. We don't need it there, right? So since we really want this just to fit, not to be too big, I don't want to cut this away, I just want to flatten it. Now I think it's big enough if we just push. It's crooked. And it has plastic on it when it comes out. So there, that's as far as we wanted to go. So I'm removing the bit we want so we can more easily do this. So this is the bottom end. This between. This is rubber, not plastic, not metal. It's just to keep the distance more. So is this enough? Do we think this is enough for this? We'll see. Oh, this is so tight. We don't want to do it too tight. It's in the wrong direction, you know. So I'm turning this and it's turning with it. That's nice. And the rubber bit is kind of getting a bit squished here. And with a microscope, you can see how far in we are there in the tube, and it seems to be like just right on the edge, not too little. We're through, and it's kind of cut the other plastic away there by itself. We'll see. I'll leave it just like this because it's, as you can see, it's kind of sturdy. So if this works and we can get this tiny bit into there, into the tiny hole here, That's the next step.
Panda Tongue says, "Hey oit 6 hi."
Hi. Guess what we're doing? There are no hints in the stream title. I just realized. What could this possibly be? The first attempt of, I should say, right?
Mount for a camera?
This is for my phone, yeah. Oh, look, it kind of got stuck on this bit. So that's a screw. So the intention here is for, let's see, if we turn this way, it will wind the wrong way. If it turns this way, it will go tighter. And it'll pop up on top. There. So now we're going to pull this tiny metal thing here.
Don't forget eye protection.
Eye protection. I don't think it's necessary for this. So that metal bit is supposed to go through this hole now.
Dick. Translated from Dutch.
What you saying, Panda? So I'm going to push this back in here. It was in there just some time ago, so let's just...
How does LUL translate to that ha ha ha?
Yeah, exactly. It does actually in Dutch. So let's see, where is it? I'm trying just to film this too, you know. So maybe it is in there now, yeah. So if we do this direction, did it pop out? Yeah. So if we do there, and I think I will do what's easier for me, and you'll have to live with it. So we're going to try and get this one into the hole. So if I hold it like this and just push with my nail there, I can see it. It's kind of in the right place. Now let's do a microscope. So we can see it's almost in the spot. So if we pull this, that said click, and it's in the hole. Though, now the question is, how do we get it further in there?
Fixerbot says, time to do some lock picking.
Oh, lock picking. We'll have to fix this bit first. We can do lock picking after we have gotten this bit in, because this is kind of the last part of our first test of, yeah, because if I push, it just falls out. I'm actually thinking I'm going to make a sharper angle. So if we make a sharper angle on this one, just bend it. Maybe I should have the microscope for this. You can't see anything what I'm doing, so I just bent that kind of much, and we'll see if we can manage to get this in there. maybe it's too much. I want some screwdrivers. Feeling here in the drawer. Where are my thin screwdrivers? Not there. I guess I have something here. Just take one of these soldery thingies and push it here. So if I lower it, it goes less blurry. There, we have it in the hole.
Panda Tongue says, bingo.
Bingo. The question is this enough? If we pull the feather hair up, yeah, it fell out again. So bingo. I'm thinking maybe I should have made it longer so that I could pull it easier, because I don't think I can pull it like that. So that's how quickly bingo was not bingo anymore. Let's do some more microscope here. So we have this, and this is the amount I bent it. And this is a notepad spring, you know, from the top of a notepad. So this is not strong metal. So I don't want just this bit, I want more. So I'm just trying to find where on earth is the microscope. There. So if I take this bit and try and focus it first, and we'll just squish this a bit, and did I get more bend here? Or is it just the same but more bent? I'm just making it all kinds of weird, right?
If you get it through the hole, can you spin it to extrude it through?
No, because I don't think... maybe I made the hole too tiny. I could make it bigger. Will make it easier to get it through. Maybe I shouldn't have this steep an angle. I should have it like this, so it's easier to pull through there. Because I want like a half a centimeter or something at least through. There, now it's just a bit of a funny bend there. So I think I'll actually, we're done with the holes, right? So let's just clean a bit, because we have lots of the plastic everywhere again. I drilled with the screwdrivers. Oh, I can't blow, then it will just go everywhere. So this is the plan. Well, I kinda plan. Though this is not it's much too long here. It can't be this long up, it would never, you know, bounce then. So I just wiped it up. So we have that thingy. So this is supposed to be here so that it can... now it's stuck on this one too. It's kind of a bit stuck on there. Well, it's not stuck this direction. I'm just trying to tighten it so it's actually where it's supposed to be. When I bend it, it unscrews. So what have we got here? Wrong direction. And let's have it so I can lift it a bit here. So this is what we want then. Let's just making it want to try and go in there by turning it like a screw. So this is not possible now to push it in there. So it all depends on how springy it is now, and I would like a screwdriver. This is too big. Can we use this one? Those tiny soldering thingies are much better size for this. Like I kind of want to see this. Come on now. Go in there. This is so annoying. Just now it was too little, now it's too much. So well, this is very restful, and I'm trying to have a calm stream. So if I just yeah, I want you to be springy, but I want you also to go under there, please. If I push too hard, I will just break the plastic, right? So we could remove this, but I don't think that would help. It's good to have something to hold that's kind of sturdy. So now I'm holding all of this. I'm going to just use force. And you can't see a thing. I think I had it in there, and then it popped out again.
The anticipation is killing me.
And this is also the last step. So yeah, I just realized something. We're up here. No, you can't see. And I bent the whole thing, and I made it so crazy much harder for myself, just by being stupid. Do you see that edge where it's here? We were up on this trying to do it when we could have done it there. That's why I was like, I just made it a tiny bit higher. How could it be that hard, you know? So now I've probably bent this totally. So now this should be easier. Where is it? There. So if we now push this down, should have like pliers for this. Yeah, I want you to be springy, but I want you also to hop into that tiny little hole without breaking my fingertips. So, could you just do that, please, little tippy thingy? Sorry for not showing this. I think I can switch cameras. Just go in there. Okay, now Strom is over. Could someone just come here and give me an extra hand, please? I've got a headache too, and I'm trying, and it's from, you know...
Metal 82 Spay of 3. Translated from German.
Yeah. Yeah, so... thinking.
Christy says.
This is just too big.
What you need another hand for?
I'm trying to hold this, stop this from rotating, spin this, and move this, and maybe I should just like fasten one end with this tiny little thing we got in the mail, right? And get a big one. If I don't have to hold all of the things, I could get an extra
Just
hand.
use that, yes.
Yeah.
I was searching the name in English.
Ah, okay. So I'm trying to hold too many things. That kind of holds it, I think. So that I can focus on this side, though it's not very stuck there, because I can still move this. So if I move it down here, and the movement of this is limited. Maybe I should have taken the time to actually find my tiny screwdrivers. Because...
I was here all the time, but work calls, smoothies, salads,
Okay.
soon dog as well.
Oh. Actually, I think I've kind of bent this inside of this in a very funny shape. From
Panda
all
Tongue
this
says.
price.
I just checked, there's restrictions for exporting human hands across international borders.
So now we do have a bit
Christy
of
says.
progress.
Lols.
Translated from Portuguese.
So, since we can't get that one here, let's use the microscope and see if we can see. Look. Do you know what that is? Though I can't feel it on top here. Yeah, this is kind of tiny if you compare to my finger, you know. So how do we get hold of that with these clumsy things? I have a one that is like orange, I think. Alright, I see it. This one is my tiniest one. This is not really possible, right? So if we use its own power, we would kind of unwind the springiness that we do want. So, but now it at least should want to pop out there. It should want to do that. So if we kind of try and put like...
You know, Sophia, the Polish dude you raided, has in description that the streamer is not interacting, is just for visual.
Okay. I was just like, oh, he's talking English, and then there was a podcast, you know? So I thought it was him talking, because I just looked too quickly. So I can't see good at this. Suggestions? We have this.
Is fine, he was doing nice things there.
Yeah, so another end of this is...
Panda Tongue says, can you heat it up a bit to make it more flexible?
Yeah, but I don't want it flexible because it might break. I thought about using glue too, you know. So this is too hook-ish, but I might be able to push it with one of these things. Feeling like some dentist here trying to... I hope that it would go further into... I should have made the hole bigger. Let's kind of just accept that, and let's make
Christy
it bigger.
says,
maybe get it out more to be more stable.
Yeah, that's the point, but I'm not sure how to without... Oh, I think I actually got it out a tiny bit more. You see? Now it's outside. That means I can actually reach it. So that is what this is about. Trying to get a grip on it. Yeah, we have a grip. So let's loosen it from here. So now we can pull it if we just have the right. This is not it. Where is the pliers that have actually some kind of... Take these. Because now we have, I don't know if you can see, but let's switch cameras. That's easiest. I think it might have died from heat stroke. For camera. So you can see we have kind of much now compared to what we had. So this is definite progress. So I have pulled it out more. So I'm going to try to pull it even more and then bend it like back. That's the plan. There, look. Looky look. So now we can just bend this up. So this should be kind of secured now. That's good enough. So unfortunately the camera died. I think it died. We could use my phone, which is in this. Yeah, right. I have this arm here, at least, so we can do something. Mess about a bit, and we'll get another image up. I forgot to charge that phone. It had 27%.
How the camera died, lol.
Power. The charging cable is not efficient enough to do the same thing as using the camera to film with this. So, and it's kind of hot too, but it's power. It had 27%. And this one has 98%. So I'm starting the same app. We should get just the same image here. So I'm clicking desk. So right, Apparently, this one is set to film me. So, there we have one camera. Is this the best one we have? I know that disabled. Maybe this is best. It's more zoomed in. Now I just moved everything here. So let's turn off the light of this one too a bit. So there, I can still see. So here. Now we have some kind of view on what I'm doing. So let's put this one back on there. With the buckets of tools. And the water too. And we don't need a screwdriver, hopefully. Let's just clean up a bit here. So this is kind of it. Though we bent this, and this is not sturdy. This is not like, this is what I happen to have lying around, you know. So we have actually some kind of movement here. So if we put this on here now, we will see how rotated it will be. So the screw here is too tight. It's too far in there. And if I loosen it, and this is not, of course, stable in this direction, but this is like a mega simple gimbal try. First try. Yeah, so that's the point of this. And it gets stuck on the screw. So the screw is too big. So it's kind of annoying that that is the case. We can try and remove it a bit. It starts bending in this direction then, so not an option. We need it there. It would be to put like a few papers between. But anyway, as a test, I don't think this will help when I run. But I can see it move, right? Can you see it moving? Let's put another phone in here. This is the phone that I use for my buttons. So the buttons will have to be my phone here. So we have some weight, though there are buttons. Why do they put buttons here? So you can't put the phone like this. That's stupid. My phone also has that. So now we have more of a, like, I'm out running. And it rotates a lot, which I expected. And that's why I want a 3D printer to be able to print something that can hold this better. I think that the theory works, right? This phone is also heavier than the one we tested the length of this bit with, so that it should be able to, you know, go all the way. But the sounding here, all of it, it's the screw touching. So if we remove this one, if we loosen it up, and we don't have the sound, but we have this. So, how do we improve our first prototype? And I have kids calling. Jag kommer snart, gubben! So, first prototype kinda working, right? So the problem is that the screw is not tightened, because then it hinders the movement of the feathers. And we also have the problem that this will have movement in this direction. And I'm thinking like having something out on the sides here to make it not do that, you know? But this is just a bendy thing. It's not supposed to be bendy. I mean, for this rotation, you could just put like a rubber band, this and this, and it will not rotate. So that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is this. So maybe just put something more in between. And this is a rubber thingy. So all of the thingies are in here. I don't think I have another of the rubber ones though.
Panda Tongue says, I need one of those organizers.
We also have these. Yeah, and this is actually two that I put together because one of the leads broke. So it's not usually this high. Yeah, also one of these broke, so it's 5. It used to be 2 and 3. But it's kind of nice. The question is this the good size?
Nice.
Is this size enough? So it's from the store TGR. I don't think you have that, but it's probably definitely from China anyway. So you know. So this was like the first
I'll have
test.
a look at AliExpress.
Yeah, do that. So we have like the first test prototype of a homemade gimbal. If I unscrew this, remove this rubber thing, and put this in between, which is more like the thing you're supposed to fasten it with. This is metal. We won't have much left of the screw. It's like so tiny. I don't think that will work, you know. I'm not getting any traction here. It's too little. This is too thick. So between these in height, it's not much. It's not very much in height, but this is flexible. So it squishes. Right, we still have this random stuff box. Maybe there's something here we could use. I think these are too tiny. Everybody has these boxes, right? Like several at your home, right? Not just me. These are for IKEA beds. I think I'm in the wrong box. I just don't wanna... You know, do you know what this is? This is from a mouse, I think. No, maybe it's not. Oh, I think I'm wrong. I didn't even look. It's just 2 feet. So, when I looked before and just saw one end of it, I thought that was it. Let's try one of these, but I can see it's too tiny, you know. I can see it. It won't fit. I have a box with only those. Oh, look. So if we have this here, this is actually rubber already. So if we have this, and then we have a flexible bit. I also looked at this. You know, we could use, but this is hard plastic, so it just wouldn't work very well. And we have the flexible bit. So now we have a bit more distance and still have the flexibility there. So, this, what do you think of this angle? Maybe this is better than from the top. Oh, we have all of these things all over the table now. This and this. And this
That's
is
a good
hard
angle
to put there. So we have kind of this tiny bit sticking out, and we have this kind of big hole, but it doesn't, you can hear a bit like that, but it's not, it doesn't disturb it. And if we only get this in there and can tighten it, the rubber will, you know, be flexible. I'm trying to push. It's a bit too thick, the ring, the metal ring there. It's not possible. I'll have to try and find a one that's not this fat. This is thin, but it's not so wide. Oh, these are the perfect ones. I'm actually going to grab something else. I don't want to leave, you know, but I'll do it. I'm not bringing the camera this time. What else is my thing for that? As I said before, I could use paper, but it feels kinda, you know, not as good. So this one is much thicker. That's kind of the same. I have quite a few of those. Alright, you can't see a thing. Maybe this one. I think it's big enough. Nah, it's too tiny. And this one is plastic. So this one is thinner, but it's also bent round. I don't have much in this. I should sort stuff. So I'm thinking this one and this one might be a better fit. Because, you know, alright, I know what we have this zoomed in a bit because there. Now we're on the, I guess it's a normal camera, right? Oh, whatever. Tell me if the other one was better. This seems not good. Somehow. Let's switch back. So. Oh, it works. So let's turn it the right direction. Yeah. We can hear it a bit, you know. Maybe turn it. Yeah, I think it's tight enough not to rotate. Part because this had like teeth. So now we have this direction. So it's this direction. So as this is going to be fastened on this, and we don't have to zoom with this, we can just move it. Why? So now with this on this, I'm running here. I guess I'll move the well, you can see me in both cameras, I guess. If I'm running and it's going, you know, and this is rotating, so we could like fasten a rubber band to this one to here so that it doesn't rotate more. It would be like an added bonus flexibility to adjust for that. That's possible. So maybe it's actually possible to try this outside. The only thing I'm worried about is that me tightening this a tiny bit more, making it not roll to the side, will make it start being audible. Because it's not tightened very much. If I just push it to the side. Well, that's the plastic, I think, not the metal. So let's make some kind of rubber band solution to that too. I'm turning this one as much as I can in this direction, so that is kind of locked. That will also help the folding. It will be kind of, you know, more stable, but maybe a bit. We'll see. This looks kind of funny. It's not much higher than it would have been. It's just like one phone height. I'll go and get, and this should have been in that box, so I put it away. I'll just, no, I don't want to do USB transfers with a stream controlling phone. My headache wants me to not do anything right now. But I want to finish this. I have these, of course, and there are holes in these, of course, so we could like use them in some funny way, just like this. But I don't think it's strong enough, and I can't really tighten it either. We could also have it like on here. That would kind of want it to be turned this way, but if we have one on the other side too, that would be like even it out. If I have another one here, you always have these around, you know. So this bent the whole thing because it's not sturdy. This it is too much power. So due to the components we selected to use, as this is bendable, it just happens to have this very nicely available thing there. So just a tiny, we don't need much power for it not to turn, you know, it's just a tiny amount of power. So these were too strong. What if we don't do it as far and just do it like all around here on both sides? I can just get some I have downstairs black rubber band any length, you know, but if we can do it without leaving the room, we have one. So I think this will also be too strong, but this is like the base of it. So right, we can also do it like this, and like this. This was not intended to be like an IRL thingy stream. It just happened. It just happened. So now we're using these rubber bands to make the others not too hard. So if I would put this on, we'll see if it is too strong so that it will bend. But I can also loosen and this one is really, you know, if I pull too hard, it will just fall apart. There. So we're using these. Yes, gubben. Kom in du. So they are friction now for the rotating. Maybe we should just have it further down even. We should add longer ones because this is kind of funny to have it like this. But let's do a quick test. So now we're actually running in the forest. And there's bright light, and it's kind of turning all over the place, right? So would this be even in the good direction? No, it's all stuck on the screw. And this is not good enough not to rotate it, you know? We need to have it in a better position. Du kan komma in. Okej, jag kommer snart Laban, okej? Jag kommer snart. So, that's my 16-year-old. I'm just removing these all together. So this will also rotate this way. Because this screw can't be tightened enough. Right, what is this? We can rotate this too. There. Oh, this is nice. And then we could lower it if we wanted to. So, just removing the other side of this. And it will like fall over the place. I think I will have to listen to my headache a bit. And there's Gar's event later. Let's see what time it is. It's not even 17. So we have a start. We have a first prototype that's not, imagine that this back end here is connected to the rubber bands to the sides. As wide apart as possible. On this. I can just tie it here on the side and fasten it here. And that will work. You can also put a ring around this. Like one of these bigger ones. They won't still fall off here. So we can just so we have something that's kind of sturdy. So to fasten the rubber bands through, so there, it would be like this. Let's show you that a bit closer. So just put this in between, and when you pull it back, it fits kind of good on here. So it's independent of the rotation of this. We will be able to have two sides where we can put the rubber band. So that would be a practical test of this thing. And then the weak point is this screw. And if we were to do this in a more serious way, we could even have something. Yeah, it fell out. That's how weak that point was. It fell out by itself. So we might have to even to do like a band around this with a screw. Then it would be more sturdy. But it also just metal in here, and this is a notepad spring, so it's not a real spring. And I just pulled out one of the real springs. So this is this direction, but it can also be used this direction. But this is too hard, I think. This is very springy and easy, and the phone is not heavy. So tell me your thoughts, and what else could we use instead of this? Because this is not the best solution. It's just a first test. I wanted to try something. The question is, should I continue streaming something else? Or should I actually just relax a bit? Because I do have this damn headache. I don't like it. Okay. So let's see. This was the thought behind this test. This was the base thought of the test. So which one is a good image to save? Oh, let's just do this one. Let's say this is a JPEG 2. And name here. Let's save the name because we found this from this. The only good part in this YouTube video. Just open another page, another screen there. Yeah, and this is what we were looking at. The reason for this is this. The bounciness. Maybe we can find something to buy that's good, but I have not managed to find anything yet. So we'll see.